everybody, and welcome back to Drawing with Paolo. Today we're going to draw a special request from 23 Sego, who wanted a dog. And so we're going to draw a dog today for Sego. So he wanted something easy but looked realistic, and that's what we're going to try to achieve today. To begin with, what we're going to do is draw an oval. And so here's our first oval on the left side of our page. The next step is to draw a circle. A pretty big circle here right next to that oval. You can pretty much tell what's happening already. Put a second circle over here, stuck onto the edge, and then we need to finish off the outline of the dog. Just like that. Finish the outline like this, attaching those circles together, and then the oval to the circle as well. There we go, and then continue the outline. And then we're going to erase the lines that we don't need. Just like that, and like that, and like that. Alright. Once that's done, we're going to complete the line here and finish up the ear. The next step is to draw the neckline. And so from here, we're going to draw two little curved lines from the chin to the bottom there, and then we'll erase the line in the middle. Then we'll color inside the ear. And so we'll make an oval inside this oval, and then we'll color inside that totally black, just like this. There we go, nice and dark. And the next step is to draw the nose, a little oval for the nose like that. And then draw the eyes. There's one eye. And here's a second eye, and then we'll draw the mouth, sort of a curved line, and then eyebrows, and then the necklace, and then the back line, just a curve, and the chest line like that, very proud dog. His tail with a little dot in the back, and then his dot on the back here too. His leg is bent over, so here's his foot, and then his front leg and his paw down here. Here we go. We're going to draw his back paw. And there you have it. There's your dog, 23 Sego. Well, actually, I'm sort of joking, really. We're going to draw a real dog now. Just wanted to pull your leg a little bit. So the real dog is a little bit, well, it's not as simple, but pretty simple. So we start with the circle, just like that. From this circle, we're going to add ears. And ears essentially will hang out from the edge, and then we need to put the front of the mouth. And we'll do that next. So we'll put the jaw line down here. It's just really another little curved line. And then we'll continue the top of the curved line. That's where the nose will be starting from. And we'll attach these two parts together. The next step is to draw those triangular lines. So we'll pull a line out this way and make a triangular shape going like that. And we'll repeat it on this side as well. And curve this line down that way too. So we have two pointing down triangles. Next step, we'll pull a line here for the left eye, pull a line here for the right eye, and then make a little curve going downwards. So we're going to pull that underneath here, and so we have the eyelids and the eyeballs underneath, and erase the lines we don't need. Alright, the next step is pretty simple, is drawing the nose, and it's essentially a square in the front of the face with nostrils. So I'm going to draw the square and then curve lines for where the nostrils would be, just like that. Next step is I'm going to color it in right away, so I get contrast starting in my drawing. There's a nice dark nose for the dog. Then I'm going to draw the lip line down here, and then draw a mouth line going across. And then a little lip at the bottom, just like that. Not too bad. Then I want to redraw the ear line to make it look more realistic, as 23 Sego wants a realistic dog. So we're going to redraw the ear line to make it a bit more realistic. Looks like it's attached to the head a bit more, and the curves like a floppy ear, and erase the lines we don't need. Next step is to redraw this one too. So we're going to redraw this ear, make it more realistic as well. Give it a few curves, just like that. And a flop in the ear. The ears are sort of really light and mushy. And then the body back here as well. And add the body line. This is a back line here, with a little bit of curving. And then the front chest line like that. Now what we're going to do is draw the little chin here, and we're pretty much done. This is the outline shapes of the dog. The next step is to grow his head a little bit and then start painting in or drawing in the hair. So I'm just going to give little strokes with my pencil like this, make it look like grass, really short strokes in different directions to give it the idea of fur. And I'm going to increase the speed here so you can try it out at home. I'm going to give the top of the eyelid here a little curved line on the top like that, and then color the inside of the eye. I want to color all that stuff in black here, and don't forget to the reflections later on, we're going to add those, but for the moment, color everything in black. And then we're going to add little nose lines so that when we shade it later, we know exactly where to go, and erase the lines inside there. Then we're going to continue on the other side, giving the hairlines, and the chin, and the face, and the body. There you have it. Now the next step is shading. And so what we want to do is make it as though the light is coming from the top this way, but also top and back a little bit. So the front will be dark over here, and the top will be light over here. So I want to make sure that I color it so it looks like the light is coming from the top. So we're going to start with the ear here and shade towards the right side so that we don't smudge our drawing. And so I'm going to start coloring here, but I'm really going to use hatches. Really thin lines, really light pressure on my pencil, and cross hatch those lines so it looks like hair. And that's the trick to making this dog look realistic. All right, and then the thickness of the ear here is a few lines like that. And then pull that all the way down, and then the shadowing underneath the ear as well as darker lines, because that ear is producing a shadow under there. The light can't get here, so I'm going to darken that in. And then give the forehead a bit more lines, just like this, to darken it, shading just like that, and give it a shape all the way to the middle of his eyes. And you don't want to go all the way to the top of his nose because that's hit by light, and so we need to keep that bright. The front of his mouth will be the darkest point later on. All right, shading under his ear and shading his right ear here, just in the same manner. Leave some white spots. Then we're going to darken around the eyes here because dogs tend to have like these dark lines around the eyes. And so I'm just going to add a few dark details here and redraw my lines to the eye, and the right one too. And there we go. When we're happy with that, we can continue coloring in our dog using the same really light hashing techniques. And if you want to make, stubbly hair, shorter hair, make those lines a lot shorter. Don't make them as long. But with the body hair will have to be a little bit longer, so you need longer strokes in your pencil. I'm going to darken the nose here a little bit. Get some of that contrast going here. Contrast is the difference between the lights and the darks. We want some dark lines, some light lines, some white. And the front of the mouth is the darkest part, where the lips and the fur meet is pretty much a dark place. And we'll color that in. And this is your dog. You can give it spots if you want to. You can make it all black if you want to. Do the opposite. Color it all in really dark. It really is your choice. But always remember to press really lightly on your pencil at first, and then keep going progressively harder and harder by pressing down on that pencil. All right, the next step is to color in the body. I'll add a few folds in the body like this, just by making really dark lines. More hairlines like that. And then color everything in. And the front has to be totally, a lot darker, so a gray shade. And underneath the chin here has to be a lot darker because it's producing a shadow. The light can't get there. I want to keep the left side totally white, the back side, and then color everything in front. And that's pretty much how you make a realistic drawing of a dog. The last step to make it more realistic is to put that reflection in the eye. So erase the paper if your eraser doesn't erase very well, and erase little white dots inside the eye. And don't worry if they're too big, because what we're going to do is recolor around those. And that's that. The last step here that we need to make this dog realistic is to draw his whiskers. And so we're going to draw little whiskers like this, pull lines across. And that's that. This is a realistic dog for 23 Sago. I hope you enjoyed drawing this dog as much as I did. I loved it, actually. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Drawing with Paolo. See you soon!